Hello, the star of this video is going to be the Drivable Firetruck. That normally goes for around $15 and the folder size is about 155 megabytes. Going into the overview level, you can see that there are two trucks, one of them with ladder and the other one with water cannon, I think that's what it's called. Getting a closer look, it looks pretty well, the details are there, and there is the interior. Only the steering wheel is rigged. This is skeletal mesh, by the way. Going to the lighting only view mode, you can see the detail of the mesh. The tires and anything that is curved is not smooth. Looking at the collisions, it looks alright on the outside, however the ladders have some issues with like the attachment above. That's more apparent when you look at the pieces individually. Let me drag them here, because the Firetruck is a blueprint and I'll get into that, but as you can see the sides are do not have proper collisions. This is like the physics asset. Getting into the cabinets or the compartments, they're not can I say, not only they're not rigged, but when you make it two-sided, then of course this back face appears. Going to the material slots, we have 9 material slots, one for the body, the interior, the parts, the glass. I mean, those are I dig, but like the lights, why are there material slots for lights? I mean, texture mask could have taken care of it. This I dislike. Looking at the skeleton, we can see that the doors, the 4 doors on the front, on both sides are rigged. The steering wheel is rigged, the wheels are rigged, however the cabinets doors are not, or anything else. And the attachments themselves, one thing I forgot, these do have LODs, and you can see the vertices and the triangle count on the top left. Looking at the attachments, see they are also rigged, and each one does this, but we can get up and down, and there is a socket for where the water should come out if you want to attach a VFX to it. See the ladders, and there is the secondary ladder. There is also combined meshes with each the ladder and the water cannon. So playing around, this is a sped up version. You can enable the lights. You can see the lights setup are not that good, and you can move the ladder as well. That's all in the blueprint. However, the driving with chaos is kind of janky. You can also switch to the other vehicle with a different attachment. One thing to notice is that this is a project, and I just transferred the project content folder into my project content folder. This is the blueprint, and this is what I talked about the collision. I mean, it adds another mesh to add the collision for the ladder. And also because it doesn't use enhance input, I had to manually change the inputs for my project. I think the seller does provide a link to the input config file, so you can easily transfer it. Looking at the master materials, these are the ones. There isn't much customization, but there is a few. By a few I mean just changing the color. Let's look at this, and I mean, I don't know how does it come through the YouTube compression, but if you disable it, you can see that there is some like dirt on it, but when you enable the mask, all the dirt is gone, and you can change this color to whatever you like because of the provided mask. But here is the version that I made. When you do it, it should kind of work a little better, and yes, I don't know how it's apparent there on the video, but there is like some of the dirt that goes through it in this way. Prefer to be a little bit darker red, like this. I mean, it depends on your taste. So look at the textures. This is the base color. The mask only uses one channel. Normal map, although I think it doesn't have much detail. And there is the OR means ambient occlusion, roughness, metallic. Look at the dimensions of the textures. We have 64K and 5 2K textures. And then going to the UV editor, we can see that there are many. It looks like it, but it's unused. This only the first channel or channel 0 is used. The other ones are not used. So you can just delete them. I don't know why it doesn't work. Strange. Okay, now it should. I think let's look at the measure skeletal measure. No, it doesn't. It have okay. Let's apply. Maybe because of this. Okay, I think now it should work. Wait, let's save. Open it again. Okay, now it's working. So see, there is no. You basically save some performance. And looking at the messages here, because of different material slots, you cannot easily see the UVs. But when you select different triangles, you can see that they are actually overlapped, which is something I like. The same parts are somewhat overlapped. So to save space because it's large and the main body is only using material. Overall, I think it looks good. However, any places that has like a curve in it is not smooth because there's not enough vertices, triangles. The pedals and gears were not rigged, and you cannot like open the cabins because they're also not rigged. However, to the seller's credit, it does say that it's not meant for first person, so I cannot say much about that. It does have LODs. Then on the other side, it has too many material slots, unnecessarily too much. Especially the lights should be just part of one of the other material slots and just masked to make effect. For example, the sirens. I mean, I made a review about what was it called? I think a security car that had like although the implementation was kind of questionable, it was basically masked by texture masks. And then there is the unused UV channels that you just have to delete because they're there for no reason whatsoever. And the mask textures only use one channel and the other ones are not used. I would have liked for the yellowish color to be masked so I can change it to another color if I want to. Or at least if only one channel is provided, it should have been in the ambient occlusion channel in the ORM, because for some reason the ambient occlusion is not provided, although it does say so. And the thing with the ladder, the collision, it says in the blueprint comment that it was made like this as like a proxy mesh is provided because the transform bone node in the animation graph and does not modify the bone. I mean, there are many other ways to fix this issue, and the way it's done here is my least favorite. So this was my last point, and with it I finished this video.